solution is, I don't have enough faith, right? Because that's what it says. If you have faith, whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive. But that's not what it means. Because if you come to the conclusion that, well, I just must not have faith because my prayers aren't being answered, then what's happening is the enemy is condemning you. The enemy is trying, it seems like our prayers aren't working. And so we read that verse and we go, but God, I believe. Your word says if I believe, then I will have whatever I ask. So I believe. Principle of prayer. The number one principle of prayer that I'm going to give you this morning, and it's found in, I don't know if this is in your notes, so write it down. 1 John 5, 14 and 15. He hears us. And if we know that He hears us in whatever we ask, we know that we have the request. How do we know that God hears us? If we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. Right? That's a promise. And you say, God, are you listening? Well, the question should be, am I praying according to God's will? That's how you know whether or not God's listening. If you're praying something outside of God's will, then there's a few other reasons in Scripture why we don't receive. Why we don't receive the answers to our prayers. But the question is, are we praying according to God? Question that you have to start with. John 14:13. Well, let me back up. First, it also says this is the confidence that we have in Him. And this is what we're praying because we're praying in accordance with God's will. And we know that He hears us. That's how we have confidence in our prayers. Most of us just lack confidence in our prayer life.
No, that's fine. For those of you who didn't know, I was just at the guitar show of Tyler, and now I got a hat. And the show was held at the Tyler Rose Garden, which is one of the nation's, in fact, if not the nation's, the nation's largest rose garden. Tyler is one of numerous cities that claims itself to be the nation's capital of roses. They can claim that they have the nation's largest rose garden. So that's pretty cool, eh? which leads up to a fountain. Sorry to say, I don't think the roses are in full bloom yet, but there's still a lot of time to go. So it's kind of like an arboretum of sorts. Tyler also has the Caldwell Zoo, Caldwell County Zoo, which isn't conveniently located next to a rose garden like the Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle. And this is one of many reflective pools and fountain-like pools. There are fish and bridges. See, look, fish right there. You should be able to see them. Caladiums, I believe. Or maybe elephant ears. I forget. The Idea Garden, a portion of the rose garden which does not really have roses in it so much as it does many other plants that should be featured in a Texas garden, but there is not the propensity for these, but they do exist. Highly popularized in Texas, but they could be. This is actually one of the fullest of the gardens here, and so it's really cool to walk through it. Benches for sitting. Hello. And then quickly it becomes a golf course. Psych, but kind of cool. So I'm smiling because, number one, I just left the Tyler Guitar Show, which is held at the Rose Center. I gave a full tour of at the Rose Center, and you can see that there's the center. And so anyway, guitars and roses, you'll see where's the connection. But I just found out that over here at the convention center over here, they are having a gun show. So I just went to a guitar show next to So we just went to a guitar show between guns and get it? But